Good evening, everyone. Namaste. Warm welcome to Prana, the blissful world. I'm Dr. Pratibha Rajesh, host of Prana Celebration today. Prana is a voluntary initiative to create awareness of healthy living and encourage people to live healthy. Yoga is the finest way to connect people around the world. Through Prana, we aim to create awareness of health, a holistic way of living, to have a complete physical, mental, social, and spiritual well-being in harmony with nature. In this present scenario of social distancing, we aim to celebrate International Yoga Day in the comfort of our homes. On the occasion of Yoga Day celebration, we invite everyone to join us in our Facebook and Instagram page, Prana, and be part of this noble task of spreading happiness. Today, our topic is paradigm shift from parent to partner. It's a very interesting topic. Stay tuned. Before starting our program, we start our event with prayer. We welcome Master Sridev to start the prayer. Welcome, Sridev.
Om Samgachatvam Samvagatvam Samvo Manamsi Janata Deva Bhagam Yada Purve Sanjanana Upasate. May you move in harmony, speak in one voice. Let your minds be in just as the ancient gods shared their portion of sacrifice. Namaste.
I find immense pleasure to invite our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Shah, for this International Yoga Day celebration of Prana. Dr. Sham is a very renowned Ayurvedic doctor in UAE and other countries also. And Dr. Sham started his Ayurvedic practice in UAE since 2001. And he's the first Ayurvedic doctor with emerged license in the UAE. And Dr. Sham is the director of Back to Roots in Kerala. He's the director for Malabar Wellness and Ayurveda in Malaysia. And he has got many Ayurvedic centers in all the Emirates and with the aim of propagating Ayurveda. And more than all these things, he's a very amazing personality, real Sattvic person. So I welcome Dr. Sham to share his knowledge for the real transformation of health and vitality. Welcome, Dr. Sham.
Many thank you, Dr. Pratibha and the organizers of Prana. I'm not sure, whether I'm eligible to be a guest speaker, for this event, because, my field is, totally different, from yoga. But at the same time, we believe that the yoga and the Ayurveda, they are, inseparable sisters. So in a way, I'm eligible to talk, a little bit on this day. As we know the Patanjali mantra, it says, Yogena chittasya padena vajam malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yo apagarot tam pravaram muninam Patanjalim pranjaliranadosmi. That means I bow down to him who purifies the impurities of the mind by removing the chitta vrittis by the yoga. Here, it is referring to the Patanjali who have made the Yoga Sutra. And it is also talking about who purified the speech by grammar. Here it refers to the Panini, who is the authority for the grammar. And I also bow down, in front of the expert who removed the impurities of the body. Here it refers to the Dhanvantari, who is the founder of Ayurveda. So it is believed that the Patanjali, the Panini, and the Dhanvantari are considered as the reincarnation of Ananta. So it is believed that, there is a relation between the founders of Ayurveda and the founder of yoga and the founder of Vyakarana. So according to that, the yoga and the Ayurveda, they are two sister sciences, which is practiced in India. And both the sciences, they are based on the basics of Veda. See, after the Vedic period, there evolved several philosophies, some of which agree with the Vedas, some of which we do not agree with the Vedas. So if you're looking at the philosophies which agree with the Vedas, you can see that Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, or Yoga, these are the philosophies, which goes in sync with the Vedic philosophies. So Ayurveda in that way is a match with the yogas. So on the other side, there are several philosophies, which doesn't agree with the Vedas. Say, like, for example, you take philosophies like Buddha philosophy or the Jaina philosophy. They do not, go together with the Vedic things. So in a way, Ayurveda and yoga, they are, Vedic philosophies. Now, you might have, heard a lot about, the dosha principles like, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So according to Ayurveda, these three principles, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, they govern the entire functions of the human body. Let me add, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, they govern the entire functions or the physiology of the human body. Vata govern the principle of movement. Say, like, I speak because of Vata, I blink my eyes because of Vata, you breathe because of Vata, heart pump because of Vata. So the entire voluntary and involuntary movements of the body, it is governed by Vata. So Vata governs not only the movements of the body, Vata governs the movement of the mind also. So without Vata, there is no movement of the mind. The same way, Pitta is the energy factor as per Ayurveda, which governs all the transformations in the body. So Pitta governs like functions like digestion of food inside the mouth, digestion of food inside the stomach, a sound signal getting converted to a nerve signal. The same way, Pitta governs the transformations in the mind also. So the same way, Kapha also governs the functions of the mind, like stability of the mind. It is a function of Kapha. So according to Ayurveda, the mind has 6 gunas, that is Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. And Ayurveda says the mind has 5 doshas, because Sattva is not considered as a dosha, it is considered as a guna. So Ayurveda consider the mind has 5 doshas, that is Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Rajas, and Tamas. But Ayurveda deals only with Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So when there is a disease or an imbalance of the mind due to Vata, Pitta, Kapha, you should not doubt meeting an Ayurvedic doctor for that. But when an Ayurvedic doctor get a problem which is due to the imbalance of Rajas of Tamas, an Ayurvedic doctor will not doubt referring that patient to a yoga expert. See, so we have an understanding in between. A mental imbalance which is due to the Vata, Pitta, Kapha, it is treated by an Ayurvedic doctor. When the mental imbalance which is due to Rajas and Tamas, it is being treated by a yoga expert. See, and both, the Ayurveda and the yoga, it is based on the principles of the 5 elements of nature. That is the earth, water, fire, air, and space. And when you look at, the branches of Ayurveda also, Ayurveda has, 8 branches. Say, like the general medicine, surgery, ENT and ophthalmology, Bala Chikitsa, or psychology and psychiatry, toxicology, Rasayana Chikitsa, Vajikarana Chikitsa. So Ashta Angas are there. The same way, when you are looking at yoga also, we can see the same 8 limbs. That is the yamam, niyamam, asanam, pranayamam, pratyaharam, dharana, dhyanam, samadhi. You can see the 8 limbs. And there is a lot of common understanding between the Ayurveda and yoga. Say, for example, both believe that there are 72,000 nadis, the subtle channels in the body. And both Ayurveda and yoga agrees that there are 7 main chakras in the body, like the energy centers. And both agrees that there are 5 bodily sheaths on the body. And both agree to the concept of the kundalini or the energy. And both agrees that there are 4 objectives of life, or the purushartha, which are called the dharma, or the doing one's duty, artha, that is the reaping of the benefits of the duty, and kama, or the satisfaction of the desires with the artha you have reaped, and moksha also, that is the liberation or the attainment of salvation, what we call. See, one thing I wanted to say, see, the yoga, when it has become globalized, or has become popular across the globe, see, not the 8 limbs of yoga were not given much of attraction and importance. Only the pranayama or the asanas were highlighted. See, a similar kind of transformation or globalization is happening for Ayurveda also. See, for example, Ayurveda, rather than as a life science, sometimes you feel that only the massage or the therapy part of Ayurveda is getting popular. So it is our duty to promote the real essence of Ayurveda and yoga to the world, while we globalize both the sciences from India. And I wish you all the best for Prana and the organizers, for all the efforts, great efforts, for disseminating the real essence of yoga, and thereby supporting Ayurveda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Shyam, for sharing your great knowledge. And Ayurveda is not like yoga, fit for all sizes. So thank you once again for sharing the doshas and the benefits and connecting yoga and Ayurveda together. Once again, I thank Dr. Shyam. Now, it's time for us to introduce our very vibrant guru, Mr. Prakash Chukini. And we are very proud to introduce our guru. And thank you, our guru, Mr. Prakash Chukini, for accepting our invitation. And he is a certified leadership coach and a soft skill trainer who has inspired the transformation of over 2,500 individuals across 11 countries. He holds an MBA in marketing, MSc in psychoneurobics, and a host of certification like GPHR from HMRM, NLP from ABNLP. And Mr. Prakash is also an adjunct professor at SP Jain School of Global Management and XLRI. He has been a practitioner of meditation for 20 years, delivered various self-help talks across the globe. Hope this will also be a very informative talk for all the parents and children, because today's children are tomorrow's leaders. So please share your knowledge. Welcome, Mr. Prakash ji.
Thank you very much. And it's an absolute honor to be present in this August gathering and to share the dais with such eminent people. And I think it's well said that whilst this talk is mainly targeted towards parents, but we know that the children are the future leaders of tomorrow. And so I'm sure they will also, if they're listening, then take a lot of benefit from whatever I have to share and make the world a better place to live in. So Congratulations to all of the parents who've actually made it today for this particular talk on shifting paradigms and to see how you can become a partner more than a parent. Before we start, I would just like you to relax wherever you may be. Take a few deep breaths in and out so that you become very, very aware of the present. Feel the temperature of the air as it goes into your nostrils, as it comes out. And just check that every part of your body, all the muscles are loose, relaxed and easy, and you're not holding any tension anywhere. It's nice to check all the way from the toes to the top. Sit in a very comfortable position with an erect, straight spine. There may be many things that you did before getting into this seminar. Let them be. You can always attend to them later on. There's so many things you got to do, and so your mind may be racing, but you can always get there later on. Right now, allow your mind to be welcomed to the present moment, the NOW, now, for the nuggets of wisdom that it's going to feast itself upon. And so just gently, as you become more aware and bring yourself to the present moment, allow your thoughts to go inwards, quietening the noise around of whatever thoughts might come, and just create one beautiful thought of gratitude for being here today. Gratitude for the self. I'm so grateful that I have made myself present in this moment to be here. Allow the space of gratitude to grow within you. Create the next beautiful thought for yourself. I am the master of my thoughts and hence my feelings. I choose to think positively and hence feel positively, and therefore to give out positivity to my children and to everyone else around me. And so right now I choose peace. Right now I choose joy. Right now I choose power. Right now I choose love. And with every value or quality that you mention, let the quality make meaning for yourself and feel it inside. Right now I choose peace. Allow the peace to grow inside. Right now I choose joy. Right now I choose love. Right now I choose power. Okay, and as you feel very comfortable, you feel very energized and feel calm and composed, we are now ready to move. And I hope that was a good feeling that you had. What we just demonstrated was a simple method of shifting your mind from the external, which is always changing, moving, erratic, sometimes good, sometimes not so good, to a space inside where you become the master and you can choose your inner environment. And obviously, prudence spells out that we have to choose an environment that is peaceful, happy, powerful, and loveful. So when we look at parents, there's this beautiful energy of parents who are having this intention that I'm here to support and help my children. And because of that, they're providing them with so many wonderful things. They're giving them the right education. They're providing for their physical needs, for their psychological needs, for the social needs. Whatever we may probably want to do as parents, we feel that responsibility that I'm here to help my child. Now, there could be certain repercussions when I'm just playing the role of a parent alone with this huge responsibility to provide for my child. There may be a space where I get into trying to control them. And so I might go into the mode of command and control. And when I see that they are not going in the direction of my choice, if they're not doing things in the way that I would want them to do, and they're not becoming what I want them to become, the first thing that happens is I get stressed. Because stress is always caused when I try to control things that is outside my control. And so we have to recognize that they are my children, but they are not in my control. They will eventually do what they wish and will to do, and rightly so, because they are individuals and have to treat them as individuals. So there's another dimension that I like to add to this wonderful thought that I am here to help my child. A dimension which is a shift in paradigm, which takes this particular thought in a reverse direction. So add to this particular intention, I am here to help my child, that my child is here to help me. And that's a very beautiful dimension or a paradigm to also add to what you had before. My child is here to help me. Because I'm sure we all admit to the fact that my children reflect my own behavior to me. They reflect my own values to me. They reflect my own behavior. They reflect my own intentions, values, behaviors, but also whatever my aspirations are, they actually reflect it back to me. And sooner or later, I notice that whatever I am, they actually pick up and carry that forward. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So when I shift this paradigm to the fact that my children are here to help me, and I see that it's a reflection, whatever I am is actually somehow reflecting back to my children, then how am I supposed to be? What becomes my highest responsibility? So before the responsibility of wanting to help the child, I start saying, oh, I have to help myself. I'm responsible to take care of my own status first. So I'm there to provide them with all the physical needs, and that's what I do usually. But if I want to think about, hey, what about their mental needs? To what extent am I fulfilling them? And that does not come by me giving them lectures, lessons. They watch me, they see my mental capacity, my mental power, how I am able to deal with difficult, tough situations, how I am dealing with victories and losses. And that's how they are also learning about their own values. Their own inner mental strength comes from how they see me. So how should I be internally? What are the things that I appreciate? What are the things I aspire to be? How are the ways in which I speak to my own spouse, which they are watching? How do I speak about my boss back in the office? How do I speak about my colleagues? When I look at things around me, do I value all the possessions that are physical? Which is okay, but if that's the only thing I show them that I value, and so I'm so excited and I celebrate the moment I get the promotion. I celebrate the moment I have an extra raise in salary. I celebrate when I have that new car. And so what is the value then for them in life? Everything that is a physical possession is value. And so if I believe that I'm successful, then I need to have all these physical possessions. But when I start valuing peace, and I demonstrate that anything can go wrong, but my peace will stay as it is because I value peace more than anything else. I value love. So you may go there, you may pass, you may fail. I may rebuke you, I may reprimand you, but I will still love you the same way. You've still not changed for me. You don't become better because you got the best job in that particular function, in that particular company, or you got an admission in that particular university. I still love you the same way. And not just you, but my love for others also does not change because of where they have reached, because of the achievements. But I love human beings, I love individuals just because they are individuals. And so I don't show that difference because I don't have that difference. Which means I go beyond physical, I go beyond material, I go beyond just possessions and positions and paychecks. And so there's a lot of work that I got to do on myself first, so that's exactly what gets reflected in my wonderful and lovely children. And that's what they are. They are like those sponges that are ready to absorb everything that I have. So my children are here to help me. Because it's very difficult for me to hold myself to my own commitments, and the accountability for my own self is very poor. As a leadership coach, I've noticed that when people make a commitment to others, or when they got to do things for other people, they're ready to go out of their way to do anything. But when it comes for them to change for their own sake, they don't do it. They say, well, I've got other things to do. But no, for the sake of our own children, I must put the spotlight back on myself and see how I can be the harbinger of change by my own example. And that's theoretical. And that is something that I'm telling you which is not new. But let me tell you, common sense is not common practice. It's very important for me to go very deep into myself and see what are the things that I value. And so the other paradigm shift, one shift we saw was, I'm here to help my children. I'm shifting the paradigm to saying, my children are here to help me. That's the partnership now that starts. I'm here for you, you're here for me. The other dimension is, whilst there is a lot of external orientation in my own life, I celebrate when I get the promotion. But now I'm going to go internal and I'm going to start having this beautiful journey of developing myself inside. And that's the yoga that we're all talking about. So there is yoga with the outside world. I mean, we are always in yoga. We are always in states of yoga. All of us are yogis because yoga means connection. Yoga means coming and putting things together. So there's always yoga. But I'm sitting over here, I'm thinking of somebody outside, I'm thinking of my house, I'm thinking of my car, I'm thinking of my possession. I am in yoga with all those things. And most of the time we are in yoga with all these things. We want to try and show them that there's a higher level of yoga. And that's the yoga with your own inner self. The yoga with this being internally. So there is wealth that we all want. But the true wealth is our character, our values and our virtues, the powers that we develop inside. So when you have the child and you're able to help them to build physical wealth, which is a good thing, but if you not help them to build spiritual health, mental health and fitness, mental wealth, then you have actually not given or done real justice to them. So they are now going to support you in supporting yourself. So for their sake now, value peace. That's an immense amount of wealth, because you can give them all the capacity to earn all that wonderful wealth, but if they suffer from lack of peace of mind, they are never going to enjoy that wealth. Let them enjoy the wealth of love, unconditional love, so they know that they don't discern people based on their positions and possessions, but they just love unconditionally, no matter what. Give them and offer them the wealth of peace, of love, but also of power. So they know that there is a strength inside them to choose the way they want to think and feel. They don't become victims to situations and environments and other people's tantrums and other people's ways of they looking at you. You are independent and be strong inside. Have this real self-worth of who you are. Not because of your educational qualification, not because you're a brainy child, not because you're the best in sports. No, because they can all change anytime. But because you and I and all of us are unique. And so hold yourself in that state of strength. And so when I'm able to do that for my own self first, through yoga, through this connection with myself on a daily basis, every day, then I get strengthened. And I don't need to tell them and lecture them at all. I don't want to talk to them about, do you know the greatest wealth is your character? Then comes your money. I can talk to them a million times, but unless I demonstrate that and show them that it's the character which matters more than anything else. It's your strength and your peace and the love that you have in your heart that is far more valuable than your possessions outside. And I demonstrate that, they understand it. No lectures required. They sometimes say, what you're doing is so loud that I can't hear the words you speak. So our behaviors and actions are far more louder than our words. And our behaviors and actions are not just in what I'm saying and doing, but it's from the mind. Remember, they say the face is the index of the mind. Similarly, whatever I'm thinking and feeling inside vibrates outside in the environment. And so if something went wrong outside and they can sense that I'm not okay inside, and that's fine. I'm not saying that you have to become a robot. We can have that sense of going down, feeling bad about some things, and sometimes being excited. But what yoga truly teaches you is not to stay in those states for too long, but to be in a state of equilibrium and balance. So you may go down, but quickly come up. It's like your hand is on this fire pot, and you're not going to keep it there for too long. You know that it's going to burn you. So you are there, immediately you withdraw it. So you may have something that took place that can create a little stress, but that's a trigger for you. Quickly move away and don't carry that stress for too long. If I'm holding a glass of water in my hand and I keep holding it for 10 minutes, I may be okay. But if I hold it for 1 hour, 2 hours, it's going to really make my hand hurt. Similarly, there may be things that may come to your mind, and that's okay, normal. But you've got to develop the yogic skills to take it off the head. Those are the asanas of the mind you've got to learn. And so let's do that right now. Let's do that right now as we close. Let's try and do a few asanas of the mind that will help me to build this inner reservoir. But they say Rome wasn't built in a day. So whatever I'm going to show you today is not something that you'll do right now and accomplish a state of inner yogic capacity and power. You've got to practice this on a daily basis for 10, 15 minutes and extend it slowly but steadily. Just as you go to the gym to develop that wonderful physical body, just as you go for an MBA course to college so that you can earn more physical wealth, if you've got to gain this mental, spiritual wealth, you've got to practice this every single day. And every day you'll actually start seeing how you grow in a small proportion. But that will accumulate to become a massive, big, huge, powerful person that you will become. And then your life will become your message. Enough said. Let's get into action now. So wherever you may be, sit back and relax with a straight and erect spinal cord. Let's start with a paradigm shift. I always used to tell myself, I will be peaceful if so-and-so did this or became like this. I will be very happy if this happens and when that happens. The paradigm shift now is, regardless of what happens outside, I am happy. Because that's a fact. They say happiness is not the destination, it's the journey. It's in just being in the present and recognizing and realizing the wonders of this world, the beauty that's all around us. And just by being grateful, you will start becoming happy. You will be content. You will still go ahead and pursue your goals, but in a more happier way than you ever did before. So don't postpone your happiness. The mantra is, I am happy. What is a mantra? A mantra is that understanding that strengthens the mind. So 1 is you know the mantra by just reciting it. 2 is you understand its meaning. But the real time that a mantra works for you is when you internalize it. You know the meaning, you practice it, and you make it a part of you. So the mantra is I am happy. Allow yourself to say this, repeat this in your mind, I am happy. And let this picture of happiness grow inside you and feel the vibrations of happy inside. It's growing in every cell of your body, from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes, all across every cell is radiating with happiness. I am happy. I am peaceful. Understand the meaning of peace, the tranquility, the absence of negativity and wasteful thoughts. Just in the recognition of yourself, of who you are, you become peaceful. Just focus internally. Don't get carried away by any thoughts. Even if you do get carried away and if your mind is wandering around right now, that's perfectly normal. It's okay. Gently invite your mind back to this wonderful thought and focus on it now. I am peaceful. Repeat that in your mind. I am peaceful. And let that beauty of peace, the intensity of it grow inside, in silence. Remind yourself that I am peaceful. I am loveful. Feel the warmth in your heart as you say, I am loveful. Feel that unconditional feeling of wanting yourself to be there for every single person in this world. I am loveful. Feel it and become it. These are the asanas of the mind. You're constantly flexing this mind of yours to focus on these beautiful qualities that are already in you, that you have all these days postponed, forgotten, thought very difficult to achieve. And we've been focusing elsewhere. The last mantra. I am powerful. I am powerful. Let this sink inside deep. I am powerful. So the 4 mantras that you want to remind yourself and do these asanas every day with meaning, with understanding, not just repeated in your mind and you're wandering elsewhere and just you're reciting it through the mouth. No, you have to feel it. You'll have to be one with this thought. I am happy and feel happiness. I am peaceful, become very peaceful and still inside. Like the pond, still pond. I am loveful. Allow your heart to become warm and stretch out to everyone today. And I am powerful. Nothing can shake me. I am unshakable. These 4 mantras are the mental asanas that will support you in shifting from being a parent who wants to command and control and who believes that I'm here just to help my child, will make you the partner and realize that, hey, my child is here to help me, and this is the beautiful help that they are doing by making me feel more responsible for myself so that I become the person that I want them to be. I become the person that I want them to be. Believe me, it's never too late. It's never too late. Start from today if you've not done it before. So, with that, we're open to question and answers. Please shoot them to us and we are really happy to answer them.
It was very nice talk, Mr. Prakashji, and it was very good information to everyone. I have a question that here most of the children are overprotected and too much of facilities they have. So they don't, most of them, they lose their individualities. So when they go away for their higher education or when they pursue better job, they have to go away from the parents. So it's very difficult for them to handle the situation, and they go into depression and they go into some addictions and all. So is there any way to overcome all these things? And when we practice yoga, sure, there will be mind control. Still, in some situation, they are losing their control, and how to overcome that?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think it's a very relevant question. And I feel it's okay to be protective about your child. And you're trying to overprotect them, that's fair enough. But that protection or overprotection should not be driven from your fears. It must be driven through love. It must be driven through joy and happiness. So don't let fear get mixed in that. That will not give the best vibration, because then along with that protection that you want to extend to them, there'll be a lot of other negativities that might get projected as well. You might show anger, you may show frustration, you may show a lot of pain and all that stuff. So that's one thing. But also, while you're trying to protect them at a physical level, get them the right diet, you want them to go for the sport, you want to take care of them in terms of they want to have this phone, they want to have that iPad, you're giving all those things. That physical level, you are being protective. Fair enough. Feel responsible to protect them mentally, not equally but far more. And first you should start thinking about how do I protect him or her mentally. What are the ways that I can give to them so that they become stronger inside, so that they learn in an instant how to detach from the outside and go inside, which is that space, that anchor for them. For they don't need to have, today the parents are my anchor. I have any problem, the parents are there to come and control me and do this and that, the other. Teach them to go inside, because that's the space where they have that identity which has got the beauty of power, love, peace and happiness. It is there. But you cannot do that to them unless you have done it for yourself. So once again, please turn the tables around. See what you can do for yourself first, and then become that person that you want them to become. So you need to start seeing, how can I strengthen and protect myself from inside, so that I've got these things inside. I've used these mantras, become so powerful that they learn it from me automatically.
Thank you. That was very good information. And I have one more question.
Sure.
We say that according to yoga, we say that we should not expect anything. The fruit will come automatically for us.
Yeah.
So we say that in family, teamwork is very essential for our success. But how can we expect from our children, like when they will they may be very ambitious to go for their graduation to bigger universities, or they want to go to abroad for their job and things, so, or for their family life. So how we expect them to be how we can think that they will be there for our help?
So what is the question? Sorry, what's the question?
So I'm asking, in yoga we say that we should not expect anything.
Okay.
So the relationship of yoga in family life. So we have to work without expecting anything from
Yes.
even from anyone, even not from child or from partner. Too much of attachment leads to disappointment
Yes.
and frustrations. So
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. We say karam kar par karam phal ki ichha mat rakh. So do your actions, do not get attached to the fruits. Now, it's very important for us to know the difference between attachment to the fruits versus expectations. And I feel it's okay to have expectations. We have desires, we have expectations. Slowly but steadily, try to elevate your expectations. Have elevated expectations. Don't have expectations just of a higher education, of money, of physical wealth. If that's the expectation that you have, then that's exactly what you're driving everybody towards. And that's the expectation you have for your own self. If it's lopsided and all my expectations are only to do with physical wealth, positions, and power, then that's what you're teaching your children, and that's exactly what you'll get. But that's lopsided expectations, number one. And two, don't get attached to the fruits, which means that you can expect, but you should learn that, okay, you expect that. That is why you plan and you prepare for it. If you didn't expect, you would not prepare. So that's why I feel expectations are okay. However, what you got to learn is if those expectations are not fulfilled, then what is my state internally? That's where we should teach them that don't get attached to that. If you attach to an outcome, then outcome is good, I feel good. Outcome is bad, I feel bad. That is called attachment. So have that expectation, but don't have the attachment to that fruit thereof, and therefore teach them. You can only teach them if you know it and you do it yourself. You come back from the office very frustrated. Why? You continue for the next whole week. Why? Because boss told me this. Now, what is the child going to learn? The child learns that anybody shouts at you, you have to be morose and you have to be a sullen face for the next 1 week. And so when they go to themselves, all by themselves to the university, they get this thing, that's how they feel. But when they start seeing how you are able to instantly go inside and be that person who's strong, you didn't get those expectations met, they didn't fulfill their promises, but it's okay, I will go back and try again, but I'm not going to let that hit me in terms of my peace of mind and my love. And so I think that's how we have to do it.
thank you, sir, for the great information you shared. Thank you very much. And it's very happy to be here. And it's time for us to...
Thank you. I said my pleasure. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity. It was a pleasure to be able to share something with the parents and everybody else in this gathering.
Now it's time to introduce our guest, Dr. Satish Chandra, for the felicitation speech. Dr. Satish Chandra is a graduate from TN College, from TN Medical College from Mumbai, and he pursued his master's PhD in molecular medicine and MBA from USA. Dr. Satish is a professor and professor in College of Medicine, UAE University, and senior specialist at Tawam Hospital, LA. And his daughter, Karthiyayani, second year medical student. Wife, Priyadarshini, is a dentist practicing in her own clinic. And Dr. Satish is IFCA, Indian Friends Cultural Association. It's a common platform for all Indian residents in LA. They are involved and engaged in promoting arts and culture within LA. Welcome, Dr. Satish Chandra.
Good evening, and thank you, Dr. Pratibha, for a very kind introduction. I thank the organizers, especially Ramnathji and Devadas-ji, who actually gave me this opportunity to be here with you guys this evening. So I hope I am audible. You can hear me? Okay, thank you. So on that note, before I go further, I would like to tell you I've been associated with IFCA, the Indian Friends Cultural Association in Al-Ain, for the last couple of years. And the IFCA has been one of the pivotal force behind social, cultural, and humanitarian activities in the Garden City of Al-Ain. And I think I'm proud to be a part of IFCA. I was hearing both the speakers before, and first I would like to relate to Prakashji. He talked about the paradigm shift that we need to we need to switch from a parent to partner. Very well said. And that reminds me what William Wordsworth said many years ago, a century ago. He said, the child is the father of man. And I don't think it could have been put any better. Our children, I think in the modern era, the new kids, they are far more informed and far more accomplished than many of us in our own times. On that note, I will not be getting into the aspects of either medicine or research, which I do to make a living. I would rather share with you something about Patanjali that Dr. Sham has already shared with you. Like he said, Sage Patanjali has been very well known for his contribution to yoga, the Yoga Sutras, his contribution to grammar or Vyakaran, and also in the field of medicine. So given that, it's no surprise that Patanjali, Sage Patanjali, and his contributions have a long-lasting effect on mankind in general. Actually, when I would like to share this with you, Sage Patanjali's life is an indication, or is an example of for every one of us to realize that it is not how you are born or when you are born, but rather than what you leave behind for mankind is more important. And also his contribution to Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra has handheld mankind, every person that has walked this face of earth for generations. Now, I'm sure the younger generation would find it a little difficult to believe that there is no other system that's comparable to Yoga Sutra or yoga. Let me give you an example. See, many of us who are fitness buffs, we get up in the morning, we try to hit a jogging track or a walking track, or we try to do exercises in a gym. But remember, when you exercise, you actually work your body out. It's a body workout. Now, on the contrary, when you play a competitive sport, at that time, you actually involve both your mind and body. But here the mind has been trained to gear towards a win. So strategically, you orient your mind towards achieving your goals. Now, let's put these two together. Have you guys known any system where the body and the mind works together? Is very unlikely. But what about love? What about compassion? What about friendliness? What about care? By incidentally, in Italian, there is the word for both cure and care is the same. What about peace? If we examine this very carefully, we find these are missing from the normal type of sports that we do, be it a competitive sport or be it exercises. Yoga plays a significant role here. It actually enables every human being to transcend the body-mind into the realm of realization. And that is why, and yoga has withstood the test of times for generations. I'm not going to take too much time and continue to hang on to the screen and the blue light, because I know most of you have been doing this either a part of your work or a part of school. So with no further delay, let me invite you to this great session to the great number of days that we are having, called as the International योग दिवस, मैं आप सबको आमंत्रित करता हूँ और ये मैं आपके आभारी हूँ और समझता हूँ कि ये मेरा सौभाग्य है कि मैं आप लोग के साथ आज मिलने का मुझे मौका मिला. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Satish Chandra, for this wonderful information. And I'd like to say about the family yoga. This year's theme is Be with Yoga and Be with Your Family. So today we are going to have a family yoga video with Shivapriya and Vasu. And family yoga is a wonderful time which provides health and happiness to the full family. And this is the happy time with the family. So please watch the Surya Namaskar and Pranaya yoga of the family. There is no audio for this Surya Namaskar. And
നമസ്തേ. ഇന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടെ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് സൂര്യ നമസ്കാരമാണ്. അതിന്റെ 3 റൗണ്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്.
Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch back. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, both leg back to Parvata. Inhale to plank. Knee, chest, forehead down. Inhale, head up, chest up. Exhale, hip up. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, both. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch back. Exhale, Namaskara. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch back. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, both leg back to Parvata. Inhale to plank. Knee, chest, forehead down. Inhale, head up, chest up. Exhale, hip up. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, both. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, Namaskara. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, both leg back to Parvata. Inhale to plank. Knee, chest, forehead down. Inhale, head up, chest up. Exhale, hip up. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, both. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, Namaskara. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, both leg back to Parvata. Inhale to plank. Knee, chest, forehead down. Inhale, head up, chest up. Exhale, hip up. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, both. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, namaskara. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, both leg back to Parvata. Inhale to plank. Knee, chest, forehead down. Inhale, head up, chest up. Exhale, hip up. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, both. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, namaskara. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, both leg back to Parvata. Inhale to plank. Knee, chest, forehead down. Inhale, head up, chest up. Exhale, hip up. Inhale, left leg forward. Exhale, both. Inhale, stretch your hands and arch your back. Exhale, namaskara.
സൂര്യനമസ്കാരം ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കേണ്ടത് നമ്മുടെ ബ്രീത്തിങ്ങും പോസ്റ്റേഴ്സും ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഓരോ പ്രാവശ്യം ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴും ഇൻഹേലിങ്ങും എക്സ്ഹേലിങ്ങും ഒക്കെ ഡിഫറെൻ്റ് ആണ്. ഇത് ശ്രദ്ധിച്ച് ചെയ്താൽ നമുക്ക് നല്ല കോൺസെൻട്രേഷൻ സ്കിൽസ് ഒക്കെ ഇമ്പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യാനും പറ്റും. ഇത് നമ്മുടെ ബോഡി മോർ ഫ്ലെക്സിബിൾ ആണ്. ഇത് എല്ലാവർക്കും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന ഒരു എക്സസൈസ് ആണ്. ഫിസിക്കലി മെൻ്റലിയും ഒരു നല്ല എക്സസൈസ് ആണ്. നമുക്കത് യോഗയായിട്ടും ചെയ്യാം, ഒരു ഫിസിക്കൽ എക്സസൈസ് ആയിട്ടും ചെയ്യാം. അപ്പം എല്ലാവർക്കും ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. എല്ലാവരും ട്രൈ ചെയ്യണം. നമസ്തേ.
It was very energizing practice of Surya Namaskar by Shivapriya and Vasudev. And it was a very rhythmic and coordination between them. We thank all our viewers, and I invite Sridev for Shanti Mantra.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Suginaha Sarve Sandhu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Let all be happy. Let all be healthy. Let all see the good in others. Let no one suffer from unhappiness. Om peace.
Thank you.